Well, like most people, shortly after I discovered the web, I began to associate the wonders of the internet with the simplicity of the browser. To all of us, the browser was more than a software that let us use the web. It was the web. It was the new television. Browsers demystified the complexities of the internet with buttons and hyperlinks that resembled TV volume and channel controls. My big moment of discovery came when I learned that I didn't need a browser to view web pages. I found out that Telnet, a program that's been with us since the early 80s, could also download web pages. Suddenly, the World Wide Web was something I could understand without a browser. It was just client-server architecture. The difference here is that the clients were browsers and the servers dished up web pages. The only revolutionary thing about the web is that, unlike previous client-server applications, browsers were easy for everyone to use. The internet's audience then shifted from physicists and computer programmers to the general public. And unfortunately, the general public didn't understand client-server technology, so the dependency on browsers grew even deeper. People didn't understand that there were other ways to use the World Wide Web. Now, as a programmer, I realized that if I could use Telnet to download web pages, I could also write programs to do the same thing. I could write my own browser if I wanted to, or I could write automated agents, Webbots, spiders, screen scrapers, to solve problems that browsers don't address. The basic problem with browsers is that they're manual tools. Your browser only downloads and renders web pages. You still need to decide if the page is relevant, if you've already seen the information, or if you need to follow a link to another web page. What's worse, your browser can't think for itself. It can't notify you when something important happens online, and it certainly won't anticipate your actions, automatically complete forms, make purchases, or download files for you. To do these things, you need the automation and intelligence that's only available with a web bot. My book focuses on the limitations of web browsers and explores how you can use web bots to capitalize on these limitations. You'll learn how to design and write web bots through sample scripts and example projects. Moreover, you'll find answers to larger questions like, where do the ideas for web bot projects come from? How can I have fun with web bots and stay out of trouble? Is it possible to write stealthy web bots that run without detection? And what is the trick to writing robust, fault-tolerant web bots that won't break when the internet changes? Personally, I don't like to focus on technology. I feel that tends to get myopic and even religious at times. But the book does describe technology required to write a very wide assortment of web bots. There's also downloadable code and target websites for you to practice on. Some of the technical skills, and these are mostly done with a combination of PHP and curl, are things like how to programmatically download a website, decoding encrypted websites, unlocking authenticated web pages, managing cookies. There's an entire chapter on parsing data, writing spiders, and also managing the very large amounts of data that web bots generate, that you'll generate.